Oh, hello. We are live. Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. Like people in the comments watching, can you let us know if you can see us? Because all I can see is a black screen for Alex, but he swears he can see himself in his little preview.
What is going on then? I can see it. Why can't everyone else see it?
I'm going to try and have a look now. I'm on my phone. Yeah, mate, it's a black screen on my phone as well. I think let's just go on to your rubbish little camera. Simon, my man, can you see Alex? You can see him now. I can see him.
Must be something with the camera then, because it's flickering and all sorts as well.
Is it? All right. Well, we'll sort it out for the Honest FBA one. They get to see you in HD, but the YouTube lot can just settle for standard definition.
Damn it! You can see me now, though, can't you?
Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah. So, how are we, gang? How's the weekend been? Full of Amazon FBA activities, I hope. Oh, Simon, my man, let us know how you've been. We've got we're doing a double whammer on Twitter, are we, Al? We're on my Twitter and Alex's and YouTube. It's big. So we don't have tons of time because we do have an Honest FBA members event at 7 o'clock, 30 minutes. So we thought we'd just give you a rapid 30 minutes of what's the plan, Al? Because you've been cooking this all day, haven't you?
We are going to do, I'm going to show the results of our latest product. Well, actually, not our latest product. It's we launched another product quite recently. We launched the product last Monday. That's going really well. It's our second subscription product. So we've got 2 subscription-based products now, which means we can get them on Amazon Subscribe and Save, which is the strategy that we're taking with pretty much all of our new products now. Everything is going to be subscription-based. Do I need to change my microphone?
Yeah, let's get that those profit figures shared then, because the return on investment you're making is eye-wateringly high.
It's pretty sweet.
Let me just. A lot of people licking their lips watching. So whilst that's loading, guys, if you have any questions to do with Alex's camera, Amazon FBA, whatever it is, just let us know and we can answer those. We're here to help in this this live session for you all.
There we go.
So this is just one product.
So yeah, we launched this product I think about 6 weeks ago. It's the first US based product that we've ever sold. So this is sourced, made, everything in the US. And it's in a niche that's not a massive niche. Like, we're probably never going to do more than maybe $20,000 a month with it. We're the top seller now, so there's not really any more room to grow. But because it's not an absolutely massive niche, and because we're selling US based stuff, and also because it's a subscription based product, it's pretty damn valuable to our brand. So you can see in the last 30 days, we've done just under $20,000 in sales and about $9,000 profit. So this is not typical. Like, overall for our brand, we're actually at probably about 15% profit at the minute, because we've got some products that we're dropping the price of and selling through and stuff like that. But this kind of shows you what you can do with just a single product. So you can see, like, the last 7 days, $2,500 profit almost. Yesterday, quite spookily, $666 in sales. And the margin yesterday, because we're not running any PPC. So what we've managed to do with this product is basically rank it to the top and then pretty much turned off the PPC. And that just means that the margin is just super, super high. So this is kind of what you can do with individual products. Like, if you find these niches where there's not too much competition, especially if it's a niche where you can source something a little bit different, like we've done. So yeah, just wanted to share that. And and then we've got a product that we just launched last Monday as well, the second subscription based one. That one's going really well. We're doing about 25 units a day on that one, I think.
And that's got 0 reviews as well.
Yeah, 0 reviews, just launched with PPC. So yeah. Sai, should newbies walk before running with subscription products? So selling subscription products is no more difficult than selling regular products. Like, I think a lot of people, when they hear like subscription, they think of like they think of supplements, right? So selling human supplements, especially in the US market, like that is probably going to be competitive for the, like, you know, if you're looking at selling I don't know, like, you know, magnesium gummies or something like that, like, you know, this sort of stuff is like super competitive. But consumable products can be, not consumable, subscription products, they can be basically like just anything that you can buy on subscription, right? So it doesn't always have to be supplements. So a lot of gurus as well will tell you to stay away from stuff like consumable stuff. But honestly, there's some smaller niches like in the UK and in Europe where the competition is not super high. But again, yeah, if you try and sell like these types of, you know, human supplements where, you know, the top sellers have got 8,000 reviews and stuff, and they're very well embedded, that's going to be difficult. But subscription doesn't necessarily mean more difficult.
I think it like when people say subscription, in the back of their minds, they probably do think like supplements, vitamins, and so on. But and those, I think, are the type of products that are going to be less beginner friendly, more competitive. Yeah. But if you get a bit creative with the type of products you think about when you imagine subscription products, so, you know, like a doggy poo bag, it's a product that people buy over and over again. If you do that and kind of look into the niche and look at the level of competition, and then see the kind of points that Al's just run through, then yeah, for sure you can. So I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. The only thing that you may have to take into consideration is that your advertising costs when you first start are probably going to be a little bit higher than they would a product where you're not kind of paying for the customer. And that's just because I think when people are doing their bids, they're thinking, okay, if I win a customer over and get their purchase, they're probably going to be a customer for life and keep coming back. So people are prepared to bid more. But if you get super lucky with the niche that you come across, you could find one like what Alex and Tom have found, which is where there isn't actually that much competition overall. So PPC isn't too high anyway. So any other questions? So Shalini is asking, using Jungle Scout for product research, do you know how accurate the sales predictors in Jungle Scout are when compared? So like both of them use their own methods to predict the sales, and they both have kind of a rough margin of error. Directionally, they're both there. I don't think, you know, you really need to worry too much about how far one off is versus the other. Like the point of these tools is to give you a rough idea of how much demand there is, not to know exactly on the nose how many sales you're going to be making, just because nobody knows that, right? Even if Jungle Scout told you how much a seller was going to be making per month, it doesn't know how many sales you're going to be making because of the listing quality and so on. So my advice is, regardless of what tool you use, make sure you run it at least 5 times on different days, because the sales will fluctuate because it's down to what the bestseller ranking says. With all that said, when I've compared them to my own sales, I do often find the Jungle Scout one is ever so slightly closer, but it's such a small percentage difference. I honestly don't think it matters.
Yeah, it's usually pretty close for us. If it's off, it's like maybe by like 10% or so. It's not helium 10 is not. It's never for us. Is usually pretty close. Same with Jungle Scout.
The awful ones are like the free ones. So there's one called Unicorn Smasher, and that's just completely like, I don't know where they get theirs from, but there's a reason it's free. But if you really do want to kind of just, you know, put your mind at ease and you're really worried, then just look at what Amazon say. Amazon started to publish the number of sales on listings like about 6 months ago. That, in my view, is not particularly accurate. It normally massively underdoes it. So it's going to be like 20, 30, 40% off. But at least
can you still do the add to cart thing?
You can, yeah, but that's just more for inventory, isn't it? And to be honest, I don't really think it's that good, because Amazon will often deduct a load of stock off you when they're moving it to another fulfillment center, or if people have put it into their basket or whatever. Like, ultimately, the reason we're doing it is just to verify that there's demand and that you're not going to order 1,000 units and it'll sit there. So yeah, honestly, wouldn't worry. But I personally prefer Helium 10, not just because we've got a cheeky little discount right here.
No,
that
20%
code there,
off.
actually, that code there, if you put it in, that will give you 35% at the moment, which is pretty good. I think that might just be for our own viewers as well. So if you want to go bit.ly/honest10, you'll get 35% off. And of course, whilst we're here, we should also mention that our live event, which is in 3 weeks now in London, we've got like a handful of tickets left. So if you do want to come along on the 9th of May, where we've got an afternoon and evening of piping hot speakers, we've got prizes, we've got a few surprises up our sleeves, masterclasses, and then we're going to be doing like a bunch of networking and an award ceremony as well later on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. As I say, the kind of number of tickets left is like a handful at the moment. So if you are free, if you're UK, European base, wherever, then please do act quickly and get your ticket. You can actually just go to honestfba.com now, as Alex is showing, and just grab them there. Plus ones are welcome. You don't need to be an actual seller. You don't even need to be interested in Amazon. I mean, it would be helpful, but we've got a couple of speakers. We've got a chap called Damien, who's someone I've known for a number of years. He has his own finance channel, Damien Talks Money. He's got about 200,000 subscribers, talks about saving money, the economy, all that jazz. And he's going to be doing some really interesting talks on the day too. And we've got some big names coming from the community too. Okay, any other questions for Amazon?
Athletics FBA? Greek. Amazon launches for the first time in South Africa. Any suggestions for which category I should monopolize? I probably wouldn't start selling in South Africa if I'm honest with you. It's probably going to be very, very small there for a long time. Like the Australian market for Amazon is not that great. So yeah, I mean, just because you're from there doesn't necessarily mean you have to sell there, right? Like I live in Spain, Jansen lives in the UK, Tom lives in Spain as well, and we sell in the US market. Jansen sells in the UK, but you can sell all over, right? So you shouldn't necessarily just sell in South Africa just because you live there. It's probably going to be a tiny market for a while. We do not sell in the German market. Do you know anything about this declaration?
Yeah, I think it's to do, I think, with the environment, packaging or something. Yeah, I've seen it because I have electronics products too, but because I don't sell there at the moment. In terms of the declaration, though, just because I've been hammered by emails from Amazon, I know that they can help with it. So I would probably go through them. But it's a pain. There's like loads of different directives and all sorts you've got to abide by now to do with packaging, and you're not allowed any plastic packaging, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. That's why I don't sell in Germany anymore. So
that's the end of that one.
That's the end of that one, I'm afraid. So we're just saying, yeah, just do UK. But yeah, I mean, look, so on what Alex's point there, it's like South Africa, it's bound to be even smaller than the Australian market, which is super, super quiet. If you were to kind of spin it a positive way, you could say you'd be, one of the first sellers there. But I would probably keep an eye on the level of demand and things first, because if it's like, a water bottle is selling 5 units a month, whilst in the UK it's like 50,000, you just got to think, is it really worth having that first mover advantage? Probably not. So yeah. Let's see. Apparently a really big market to get into at the moment is Japan.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
There's lower. Yeah, but the only thing is you've got to do your PPC and your listing in Japanese, which is going to be quite a challenge, I'd imagine.
Pretty cheap though, hiring translators on Fiverr to do stuff.
It is, but I think, you know, it's always helpful, isn't it, to log into something and kind of go, oh yeah, okay, I understand what they're saying. Whereas that, it'd just be like, but yeah, I mean, look, the Chinese do it. The Chinese do it, so
yeah, doesn't it all get translated though for them?
I think so. I think they've got professional translators. Yeah.
I'm just gonna have a look. I don't know what this is. Keep the questions coming, folks. I'm just going to look around and have a look at some products, see if we see anything interesting. Fire pits, Solo Stove got wrecked, didn't they? What happened with them?
Oh, did they?
Something in the news recently about them.
Because I was looking at getting one of those last year. It's basically just like a petrol can, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what happened to the company, but the value dropped or something. I'm planning to launch my first product in the electronics category. I heard that the returns would be more, but based on your experience, Jansen can definitely help you out with that one. He sells electronics.
Yeah. I heard the returns would be more, but based on experience, what would be? Oh God. Yep. Well, mine's also a bit of a unique one. The rate will be a bit higher than others, not because they're faulty, but because of, well, I can't say because it will reveal my niche. But anyway, for me, I think it's around 3%. It is definitely higher. But I think if you sell most other electronics products, provided you get like an inspection and you're buying off a reputable supplier, then your return rate shouldn't be too high. I mean, I think the number one reason that people send stuff back on Amazon for electronics is because it's faulty. It doesn't work. So just get an inspection done. Mine aren't sent back because of that. It's sent back usually because people don't read the listing properly.
I can't remember the last time I bought an electronics product and it just didn't work. I feel like electronic stuff is pretty reliable these days.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe compatibility. Like Tom bought that Elgato thing, didn't he? And it just wouldn't connect.
I actually did that and sent it back.
Sent it back in oh, did you?
Yeah.
Just sent it back in an absolute rage.
That was from the same brand.
Yeah.
So I'm just having a quick look using Helium-10 at this. What is it? It's like a baseball one.
And then while you're doing that, I'll just quickly run through. So Stuart's saying, do you have to get your logos on the actual product before you ship to Amazon from Alibaba, or is it not necessary? I mean, you don't have to do anything. Like you can sell whatever you want and however you want it to look like. But if you're going to do private labeling, my view is that you want to be branding everything. So the packaging, the product, and so on. Otherwise, people get a little bit funny. I actually have first-hand experience from this because when I first started selling on Amazon with my product, my supplier said the price is, you know, $3 a unit, or we can make it $2.90 if you don't put a logo on it. And I went, don't put a logo on it then. I want the additional profit. And started to sell. And on my listing, because I wanted it to be branding, I had the branding on the product. And honestly, I got so many complaints. People were like, this is fake. I want the branded version. I paid for a branded version and so on.
Oh, really?
So I basically, I was like, sack 10 cents profit extra per unit and put it on. So I think people value it. It makes them kind of view the product as more authentic. And yeah, like you say, when was the last time you probably bought a product that was branded and you got it and it just was white label? Like, probably would make you think it was a bit cheaper than it was.
This is quite an interesting little niche. Dugout organizer. So it's like baseball stuff. Really starts to take off at this time of the year. It peaks and then it dies.
What is it?
It's a dugout organizer. So I guess you put all like baseball gear in there.
Oh, right.
I mean, how big is it? What size? Is it large? Oh, it's large standard. What are the FBA fees? $14. Damn, that's pretty. Let's have a look on Alibaba. because this is pretty cool. What you can see here is the price is like $45, and this is the top seller, and your Amazon FBA fee is only $14 because these probably pack really, really small. So that even though this is quite a big, or it looks like quite a big product, you can probably get these packed super, super small. So the Amazon fee is only $14, which is what's that? It's about 30%, but it's you could probably price it a little bit higher than this. What is it? Dugout Organizer. Share some thoughts on cosmetics and skincare. Anything to consider before dipping a toe? I think if you go very, very niche with this sort of stuff, again, I mean, this is the sort of stuff, right, that like this product that we launched here recently. So this product is a pet supplement. So we've got a pet brand, and it's a pet supplement. It's not one of the more super competitive sort of pet supplements. But yeah, like cosmetics and skincare, there's so many different types of products. I actually think it's a very, very interesting niche. And also those types of products, they really lend themselves well to doing like external marketing. You know, if you try and launch a men's moisturizer, that's going to be incredibly competitive. But you can probably find these much smaller niches within the bigger niches of cosmetics, and I think they can be great. You can also source this stuff locally. So, you know, there's some big companies now. There's one called Black Irish Soap. What's it called? The Black Stuff. So this is a D2C brand. These guys started this, I think, in Dublin. It's handmade in Ireland. I mean, they actually make it themselves, but they've absolutely killed it with this brand. It's growing like crazy. They've got a great story behind it, you know, so it's got a really strong brand. But there's also Dr. Squatch, Dr. Squatch. So I think Dr. Squatch, I actually think I read that they do something crazy like $240 million a year or something like that, which is absolutely nuts. Now, you know, obviously, if you try and sell soap, men's soap and stuff like that, it's going to be competitive for sure. But there might be smaller markets where you could do something like this really well. Or there might be, you know, just like offshoots, like random products that are very, very niche that you can just do really well, do really great branding. It just takes time and research, you know, and there's always new products as well. The good thing about cosmetics and skincare and stuff is there's always new stuff coming out. So one of them is like, I've seen it somewhere, like snail. It's like snail. This is it. Snail. I don't even know how you say it. But I mean, this is an absolutely huge need. Maybe it's been around for a while, but I saw the searches for this just absolutely booming. Where was it? So this one here, this is something that's just absolutely taken off as far as I know. So yeah, like you can see here, right? March, this time last year, there wasn't really that much demand for these. And then out of nowhere, it just absolutely went crazy. And I think this is kind of like the TikTok effect, right? It's like these products, because of TikTok and short form content, these types of products, they don't really get much virality. Like, look at that. Even in 2022, there was only 1,000 people searching for this. And it's obviously peaked and it's coming down now, but there's 168,000 people searching for this. So in less than 12 months, it's gone from like a couple of thousand searches to, you know, 180,000. So obviously, if you try and sell these types of products, right, in the US market, they're going to be insanely competitive. But there might be some related products that are in kind of like a similar sort of area. And maybe you look at the German market, or maybe you look at the UK market, or even Spain, right? And then the competition might be lower. There's not as much demand, but maybe you can source something locally in Europe and do a great job with the branding, and then do really well. Sorry, I missed a couple of questions up here. In terms of differentiation, and if there are very limited, if any changes that could be made, is it still doable to have a superior listing instruction video UK made label? The UK made label definitely helps. sometimes you can do it, Si. Honestly, like we've got products where the last product that we launched, both of those products that we've just launched, the subscription ones, the only way we've differentiated is with the listing quality. But we're just
branding,
so confident. Yeah. Sorry, John?
And like your branding.
Yeah, the branding. Like the branding. I mean, we've got some, you know, we've got other products in a similar niche. Like, so I think we do have some brand awareness now. Sorry, just kicking my dog. So we do have some brand awareness, but like our branding, visual branding, is just so much better than everybody else's. And it's also what you've got to remember, Si, is it's how you present the information. So, you know, like this company here just sells soap, right? But if you think about how this looks different to your regular bar of soap that you see in the supermarket, and the way that you talk about what the product does, that can have a big impact on how people perceive your brand. So even though we've got the same product as other people, we talk about it in a very different way because we understand the customer more. So that really helps us stand out. And then as long as you nail the price, and as long as it fits into your budget, then, you know, there's a good chance you can do well. Obviously, it's always better if you can change something. Like the next two products that we've got going out, we're mixing a different ingredient with them. So that it's only 1 or 2 extra ingredients, but it's really going to help us stand out. So can we check the PPC cost before launching the products? You can do this with Helium 10. If you look at Helium 10's Cerebro, you can see here suggested bid. This is one of the good things about Helium 10. You can see the suggested bid. I think you need to be on the middle package for this. I don't think the basic package has it, but this will give you an idea of what the suggested bid will be. Based on your experience, what's the success rate in this business, assuming you've done everything properly? I would say probably 70% of success, success rate in terms of launching new products. That's probably where it is for us. I think most people as well. But that's one of the key things that you've got to remember, right? Is like, if you launch one product and it doesn't go very well and then you give up, then it's over, right? My first product didn't go super well. I didn't lose much money, but I lost about $1,000. But the key thing is, you know, you've got to decide that you're going to do it, and you're going to do it for the next few years. And even if your first product doesn't go absolutely amazingly well, if you just give up, then that's when you fail, right?
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to have to shoot. We've got the Honest FBA live members event now.
Yeah, come and check it out.
Time
come meet us
flies.
in the flesh.
No, I don't literally mean the live event now. I mean the.
Oh right, I thought you meant that one. I thought
we've got
you were doing a final plug. I'm going to do a final plug for the.
So Fabio, Simon, and everyone else. Andy, Evan. We'll see you guys in about a minute.
See you later, guys.